Hi everyone, this is Ben from Tech1. In this video I'm going to demonstrate to you a command that I've written. The objective of the command is to select a few trusses, and then once you select the truss, we want to label using an mtext the truss with the length of the truss. Okay, so let me just run the command so you can see it working. It's called label trusses. Select trusses to label. These are the trusses. Bang. That's how it works. So I want to walk through the code so you get an idea of how it's done. This is a full walkthrough, okay? So I'm right now in debug mode. And this is how I like to code. You don't really need all this fancy dependency injection stuff. I find that when you're doing AutoCAD, the most easiest, quickest, and simplest way is to just call everything by its proper name. So I've created a class. This class has one public method called label trusses. Okay. And then we have another class which actually does the labeling. Okay. Which means you have to add an mtext, and then there's a whole bunch of few helper methods to make this happen. All right, so let's go through it from top to bottom. Okay. Okay, so this is the calling class. These are standard things that we do in AutoCAD. Whenever you need something, you need a document, typically a database, and an editor. Then we pass all these things into our class here, and we have these fields up here. I tend to do it as standard. I'm not sure if we're actually using the editor. It would not surprise me if, okay, we are using it. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get the truss IDs. When I mean the truss IDs, all of the trusses are actually lines. And those lines will have an object ID. We need the object IDs. So I basically split everything up into multiple components. So we need to get the IDs. In order to get the IDs, we need a selection filter. In order to get the selection filter, you need to do this to create a selection filter. So we're looking on lines, and we're looking on any single layer, and here's the layer, which has the word truss in it. Once we have the selection filter, we get the selection, and we want the object IDs, and I throw it in a list. You might want to throw it in an array. It really doesn't matter. So once we have all the IDs, then we're using what's called link. We're taking the IDs when we're creating a truss line labeler, right? More on that later, but you've seen the helper methods and you've seen the truss line labeler. Let's go and label the trusses. So these are standard things when using AutoCAD. You need to create a transaction, and then don't forget to commit, right? Create a transaction, then open up the block table and open up the model space in the block table, because we're drawing to the model space in this case. And don't forget to put it for right. And then all we're doing is we're iterating through the labels that we created here. I call them labelers, right? And we iterate through and we label the trusses. So the meat of the work is done here in the label truss command or method. So we pass in the truss ID, great. Then we get the line associated with the truss ID, and then we create the mtext, which is the text that you can see here. And this is what we want to create, T180 and that thing there, the length there. So, excuse me, let's bring back Visual Studio. So we've got the truss line, and we create an mtext, and I use using statements. I mean, we're adding it to a transaction, so the transaction will dispose of uh, any memory that is sequestered here. But if you want to be safe, whenever you're using a database object, I think this is fundamentally a database object, you need to manually dispose of, I'm not sure what to call it. You need to manually do the garbage collecting yourself. Otherwise, you'll have a memory leak, right? So we've got the M text. We set the location, and the location we're setting it to is the midpoint of the truss line. And so we get the point at distance based on half the length of the truss line. I'm not sure if this will confuse you, but just think we want the midpoint, and this is how we do that. So we got the midpoint, and then we get the text. The text we want the truss diameter, and I'm using a little, I don't know how you call it, regex utility to extract the T180 or whatever you have from the layer name that the line is created on. So we're using a little bit of regex, and if we don't get a match, we'll just put the layer name there. Then we've got the diameter. And so we have here the truss. I wrote diameter, but really it should be the height of the truss. And so, and we put in the length of the line, and then we add it to the model space. Okay. And this is the outcome. Okay. So I've gone through all the code and also shown you the use of this. And I hope it helps you if you're using AutoCAD, doing some AutoCAD programming. Thank you for watching. Also, by the way, if you need any drafting done or programming related work done, feel free to email us or give us a call. Thank you.